Hey, do you like your kitchen cabinets? Because I don't. I mean, your cabinets are probably fine, excellent, but I don't like my cabinets. I don't even really know what's buried down in there. Things kind of just go in the back to die. Let's take a peek, shall we? I would say it's this cabinet in particular that's our issue. It's organized, don't get me wrong. I love organizing. It's just that if you want to get anything from the back, you have to pull everything out and get to it. For example, Theodore's food. Ugh. Here we go. It's just not great. Now, how do I plan to fix this issue? Pull out shelves. I got a really good deal on Facebook Marketplace for these drawer pulls, so I'm excited. It's a huge savings because these things are expensive. The idea of making drawers is quite intimidating. I've never made drawers before, but I've done my research and I found this one particular method that just resonates with me. It just seems easier. It seems like less math and more foolproof. Or, you know, idiot proof. So here's what we're gonna do. Instead of building the drawer box, then installing the hinges and doing all that math, what you do is you make the sides and you install the sides on the hinges to start with. Then once you have these sides, you can just measure between these two what your front and your back is going to be. Whatever that measurement is whatever they're gonna be cut to. And then you same for the bottom will just be the depth of these and the length of these. This also gives you a little bit more maneuverability working with this drawer slides. I have tested it out to this point. I need to measure and build a box and then we'll see how this is gonna work. I mean, so far so good. It definitely took me longer than I thought to just install these hinges because I needed to learn. But now I've done one, I bet it's gonna be faster for all the rest of it. So let's measure this and cut the front and back pieces. Okay, pieces are cut, just like magic. So I got my two front pieces. I got my bottom. Now for this bottom shelf, I cut a bottom piece, but for the rest of them, at least these three, I'm gonna actually use the shelf as the bottom. It saves me materials. That means I don't have to store this somewhere. I still haven't decided if I am doing just these four as we have now, but there is a bit of overhead. So like we could add another shelf. I just don't know if we need it, you know? So let's see if these fit as they should. And after that, I'll probably install all the drawer slides, which means I have to make a decision of how many I want. So I can measure everything and go down and cut everything at once. Because doing one, going all the way down to the workshop, coming back up to the second one, takes time. So I think that's my plan. Let's see if it fits. Yay! So like that. Gosh, that's nice. Actually, I lied. I think I want to put this whole box together before I do any of the other ones, because I want to make sure this works first. I want to have one whole box done, figured out before I move on to the rest. I feel like that's smart, because then I have done like the whole process once. I understand what I'm doing, and then I can just knock out the other ones. So I guess we'll go down to the workshop, attach this box, and then we'll see. There's a lot of people in the workshop today, so it might be loud and can't talk so much. But I'm going to glue and nail these together. That should be plenty strong enough for this. And I'm also gluing in, so like if you imagine that you pull it this way, the nails are going to go this way. So there's no way that the nails can like pull out. I'm literally going against the nail strength, or with the nail strength, or whatever. So I'm sure that this is going to be absolutely strong enough, no problem. So I'm gonna glue it all together. Nail gun. And safety glasses. Always safety glasses with a nail gun. Let's glue first. I think I am in good shape. Always glue up's always more stressful than it needs to be, you know? Don't shoot a nail in your hand. Okay. I wish I could just use this one to just keep this in place, you know? But it's like too big. It hits the hinges. Or the drawer slides. But maybe it can still do an okay job. So I have it upside down, so this needs to be up for this to make sense. Yeah. Maybe one day glue ups won't be as stressful as they feel now. I did realize that I want to do pocket holes in the bottom and screw that in. So if I do all this, then I might not be able to get the bottom in after because it's going to be pretty snug. So I might have to do that before anything else. No bueno. Can't wait to be better at certain things like glue ups. I just would like to be better at planning these. Got a box. I flipped it over and just supported underneath with like some scrap piece of wood that's about the same height. So I'm just gonna screw it in, I guess. I'll get better at this the more drawers I build, but this is the first one, so everything's a little bit of a trial and error. Oh my gosh, we have a drawer. That's crazy. Let's bring this upstairs and cross all finger, toes, and eyes that this fits. Okay. Moment of truth, Theo. Are you crossing all your little toes? No way. No way. Theo. This is for your food. Your food drawer. Ah, how exciting. Okay, so with this one working perfectly, I'm gonna move on to this drawer. Now, I already know that the height of this is good because we need to store some taller things down here. I want to keep it about the same height. It might actually end up being a little taller. As I install the side pieces, I'm keeping the shelf in here because that will actually give me a good like spacer. So I don't have to make a spacer between or do any measurements. This is literally my like spacer for making sure that everything is attached to where it needs to be. I'm also having these extra pieces. They are literally only there because you can see that the door sticks out and you also have the hinge at the bottom. So to make sure that this drawer doesn't hit the hinge, I made this spacer. So if I don't have that spacer there that kind of juts it out, trying to open this, you can see that it's going to hit the door. So it needs to have that little bit of a bump out on this side. This side's fine. So I install this first on this side with just some screws, and then I will attach the drawer slide on this side and on this side. Let's go. Actually, I am going to first switch out these things that holds up these shelves. They actually stick up above, which isn't very helpful because I wanted to be able to get all the way to the side. So I have just these little pins that I can just plug in instead, and the shelf will lie on that, and then that will be a much better way. So I won't have that in the way. Much better. So I'll make a little mark. I can do one screw here. I can do one here. Here. So once I have my marks, I actually take this out and I put on this little scrap here, and I pre-drill here because it's much easier to pre-drill here than in the cabinet. And now I'll just do a little pre-drill here as well. So I'm gonna have it like 2 centimeters from the edge of this. Where's my drill? Oh, God. Nice. Okay, they're both in. So now I need to install the thing that slides in here that I've taken out. That needs to go onto the drawer side. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing as I did down there. So I'm going to see exactly the same measurements that I have, how far in it is from the front. And then I am going to probably mark the center, and then I'm going to screw it in like that. Okay, so I have that line, and I have drawn my center line. It's about center, but I made sure both are the same. Don't worry, I have this drill block underneath. I'm not going to drill into our countertops, I hope. So what I will do is I will take my drawer slide member, as they're called, and I will line up the front little piece with this line, and then I will make sure that my drawn center line goes through the center of all these holes. You can see how they're all right in the center, which is super helpful. So I don't have to worry about being level. As long as I know that these are going through the center, I should be fine. That goes there. This goes there. So let's just do the rest of them. So pretty much all we need to do now is get the measurements between them all. I will make sure that I label everything, and then we go down to the workshop and cut it. This is a mess. Like, the thing I don't like about this kind of rip cut jig is that it's expecting the front to still be on the material. So if your material kind of runs out, which is going to do if you're cutting all the way through, it kind of just has nothing to support. So you have to figure out how to support it, and then, but because it also goes in front, you can't like clamp anything down because that thing's so long, it's gonna hit things all the time. I feel like there's better jigs. I don't love this one. So now I'm gonna cut them to length, and then we're gonna bring it up and take a look if they fit. And then I'll probably have to reconvene tomorrow because it's getting pretty late. So I will cut the bottoms and install all the bottoms tomorrow. Okay, let's build some drawer boxes. Oh yeah, I think this time I'm finally over you. I've gotten sober and I'm never going back. I learned that time can always heal the wounds. What's not a blessing, it's a lesson from the past.
look at me now. I'm out there, I own it. And look what I found. Someone who loves me and shows it. And I will never stress apart and lose myself again. It's all over 'cause I've grown up. Yeah, look at me now. Look at me now. Just look at me now. Just look at me now. I'm proud of kicking down the walls of growth. I'm getting stronger, babe, the longer that I fight. In hindsight, it ain't hard to see the truth. Long as I got my own back, I'll be alright. Now moving forward, what's my story? I got all the power to do as I like. Only get louder, you can dim my shine. Oh, just look at me.
Oh. Okay, construction outside is incredibly loud right now. They're doing concrete and banging, and I'm sorry, you're gonna hear all of it. I can't really help it. But are you seeing this? Just a few days ago, I had shelves here, and now I got pull-out drawers. This project was honestly pretty easy. I did it in just a couple of days. The only thing that stumped me was that my laser measurement tool and my physical measurement tool seems to not be exactly the same. So I always ended up with about 2 millimeters too much when I cut these. So I think what I learned from that is just whatever tool you use to measure the distance before you cut the fronts and the backs, just bring the same tool and measure the cuts, so you know that they're the same. But that was still an easy fix, so I really recommend this. I would say this is a weekend project, which is crazy. Now these are not 1000% done. I actually do want to paint them. I think you can definitely leave them like this. It's kind of nice actually, but I just want them to be durable and cleanable. I also want to caulk the seams inside. When you try to wipe out a drawer with the edges and everything just gets stuck in the corner and it just looks awful, I just want to round off the corners and the edges a little bit, so it's going to be easier to clean. Now unfortunately they've decided to clean out the workshop today, so I had to pack up everything, empty it out. I had to finish this yesterday, so I can't get to that until probably next week. So until then, I am going to start organizing and stocking in here. I'm super excited, and then I'll have to empty it again and paint it next week. But our kitchen is a mess, so I need to get stuff in here, and I want to see what everything's gonna look like when it's in here. So let's get to that. These are our refills, which is always good to have, and then you can refill all of this. Okay, I need to reorganize this a little, I think. One day we might be one of those people that have every single, jar the same and everything looks all cohesive, but at the moment, this is what our spices look like. And just the fact to be able to pull this out and pick and see everything is so nice. Realistic organization. And now to the most important drawer, the snack drawer. So good. And we're currently addicted to these filter style ones. It's kind of nice because since we have a proper espresso machine, espresso never really lives up to it. But the filter is a little different, which is really nice. I'm pretty happy with this for now. This might get a little edited, moved around as we live with it over this week, but I really like it. So I will be back when these are painted and we'll do some proper afters. See you then. It's done. Painting it was definitely the right decision. It looks way more professional. I'm not gonna lie, these boxes are not perfect. They're a little, like, not 100% even, so I definitely have a lot to learn about drawer box building, but the life quality change that this made, it's just so good. Like, snack drawer, free to height, perfection. And just being able to grab our spices, it's just so good. I'm honestly really proud of this, even though it's like nothing special in a way. It's just like these little things that like just makes your life so much better. I hope this inspires you to tackle something similar in your home that you've been wanting to do for a while, and I cannot recommend it enough. Just do it, you know? It's fine. I can do it. You can do it. I promise. I hope you enjoyed watching this little mini transformation of our pantry, and I hope to see you on my channel again soon. Until then, hej då!